Hello everybody and welcome back to Soul Stained Ink. My name is Beth and today we are starting the week 4 of my reading vlogs. So the way this works is I read, and when I hit something that I want to remember or I want to talk to you guys about, or I have like a random really cool idea because of the book, things of that nature, I then come on and I chat about it for a second. I take some time to tell you how far I've gotten in the books and all of that, so you can kind of follow along how my week goes, and then I upload it typically on Thursdays and do a Friday reads the following day, so we can kind of keep up with how I'm doing with my goals for the week on reading. Yeah. Don't you just love my little intro? Josh over at JP Bebbington, he made that for me like a couple of months ago, and I just love it. And I don't say it enough, but he's awesome. He's one of my favorite people from BookTube, and we talk on like Twitter and stuff sometimes, and he is just a doll, and I love him, and you should go and check him out. Consider him shouted out. Go. Go now. Okay. Pause this, open a new screen, and then go and see Josh and then come back and see me because I'm pretty. So this week I'm going to do something a little bit different. Last week I had 2 reading vlogs, one for Game of Thrones and one for my just regular whatever I'm reading. So this week I am going to combine them. It made more sense originally to have them separated so I could have like everything I had to say about Game of Thrones and everything I had to say about whatever else I was reading. But I'm going to try to combine them and then just in editing move everything for Game of Thrones together and everything non-Game of Thrones related together and see how that works out. And this may only go for 1 week and then get separated back out next week. I don't know yet. But let's move on and talk about Game of Thrones. So I am moving this week. My moving date got moved from Monday to Tuesday, so I might possibly finish the 100 pages we're reading for the read along this week before the move. And then I might pick up another book. But right now I'm thinking the only book I'm going to work on this week is Game of Thrones. I am on the second section. Like I said, it's week 2 of the read along I'm hosting. So the first section we read was page 1 to page 108. And so the next section is 109 to 202. That way we can end on the end of chapters. And I am currently on page 133, which is in the middle of a chapter about Caitlyn. So I will actually finish it up after I get done talking to you, and it'll be page 138 that I finish on tonight. So the first chapter was about Tyrion, and I originally didn't like the Lannisters at all. None of them. I still don't like Jaime and his sister because they're like the sister, the queen, and Jaime, her twin brother, and they're like but Tyrion the dwarf, he's okay. Like I'm kind of liking him now. And he was reading about dragons, and apparently he's had like this huge thing for dragons for years and years and years. And he was reading an ancient text about dragons and how their skulls, their bones are black because of the extra iron in their system, and their teeth are sharpened black diamonds because of the heat and pressure from everything going on in being a dragon. And then it was telling us some history of the dragons, and it's just really interesting. And the marriage of science and fantasy coming together to create this idea of these oxidized black iron bones and black diamond glittering sharp teeth. It just makes me so happy. It's yummy goodness. It's just perfection. Crispy, crunchy perfection. And then the next chapter is about Caitlyn. And Catelyn Tully Stark is married to Ned Stark, who is now the Hand of the King. And Ned has gone off with their daughters, and he is going with the king back to the Summerlands. And Caitlyn has stayed at their northern palace, or their keep. And Winterfell is kind of under her dominion right now. Their 14-year-old son, Rob, is in charge, but he's 14, so she's supposed to be taking care of things. They have I believe he's 7-year-old son who fell out of a window and is in a coma and broke his back. The doctor says, or what they have that passes for a doctor, says that he has passed the stages they need to worry, and now it's just waiting to see, is he going to wake up? When is he going to wake up? Things of that nature. But like, he's not going to randomly die. His body is taking care of itself, and they just, they're waiting to see if he's going to be able to wake up at some point. And then they also left the 3-year-old son. And Caitlyn has kind of closed herself into Bran's room. She hasn't come out of there. She's not sleeping. She's not really eating. She's not taking care of the house. And so her 14-year-old son is trying to take care of his 3-year-old little brother and figure out taking care of the house and all of that stuff. And his mom is just kind of going crazy, locked in a room with his other little brother who he's worried about, but he can't even check on because he's so busy taking care of the 3-year-old and the house. And his mom's just kind of going crazy and threatening everybody. And, Caitlyn, I liked her to begin with, and then she became just a little trifling woman, and just trifling and jealous, and she wouldn't let it go. She just needs to let it go. Let it go. It was a long, long time ago. Let it go. Let it go. Your husband done slept with the hoe 14 years ago. Let it go. Okay, I am on page 161 right now, and Cersei Lannister and her little wuss of a whiny brat son, Joffrey. I want to reach into the book, take my hands, put them around their necks or shoulders. I'm not trying to kill them. I'm just trying to hurt them really, really badly. Just want to shake them, knock some sense into them, and make them at least some sort of semblance of decent human being. Like, ugh. It's a couple of hours later, and it's been a pretty busy day, but I have managed to read about 17 more pages. I am currently on page 177, and 2 important things happened. So, this thing is full of spoilers already, so I'm assuming that if you are still watching, either you don't care about spoilers because you've read it, or because you just don't care about spoilers. But number 1, most exciting, is Bran woke up. He woke up, he named his wolf pup, like the first words out of his mouth after having been in a coma for however long it's been, was to name his wolf pup. And he had a very interesting dream prior to waking, that he was falling and the crow kept telling him to fly. And I think he now has like the third eye kind of thing going on. I'm not sure, but it alluded to that. So that's really exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing what his storyline is going to be. And the second thing is that Catelyn Stark left Winterfell and went to King's Landing, and was abducted from her hotel by this boy that she grew up with, her father's ward, who lives in the castle, and heard that she was there and kind of like had people come and abduct her, and she wound up being forced to tell them what was going on. And so she has found out a little bit more about where the man who attempted to murder Bran while he was in a coma, and in the process messed up her fingers, where he might have been sent from. So it's very interesting. And it's Sunday at 8 p.m. and I'm probably going to be finishing this week's 100 pages like today. Yeah. And possibly next week's today. It's very good. Don't worry, I haven't quite finished this week's pages just yet. It is 9 o'clock, it's an hour later. I've been doing last minute packing and all of that stuff, but I did read Jon Snow's next chapter, and it seems like he's not having quite the time he thought he was going to be having at the Wall. I feel really sorry for Jon. And then when he finally gets some good news, and he feels better, and he's kind of understanding things a bit better, and he's really excited. And the swordsman who is teaching the boys how to fight as watchmen for the Night's Watch, he is a very cranky person, and he sourly makes a comment and says, I'd have a easier time teaching a wolf to juggle than you would teaching these idiots how to be swordsmen. And Jon, bless his heart, said, I'll take that bet. I'd love for you to teach my wolf how to juggle. And everybody in the entire room, this huge room full of, a couple of hundred guys, everybody starts laughing. And the swordsmaster just sits there and glares at Jon the entire time. And he's like, that was a big mistake, boy. And I have a feeling things are about to get a lot worse for little Lord Snow. All right, so the doorbell rang a little while ago, and when I opened it, the UPS guy was driving away, and there was a package waiting on me. The package was my next Blogging for Books book. If you don't know what Blogging for Books is, it is a website that you can go on and sign up to receive one book at a time, and you choose from a selection that they give you, and then you review them, you give them your review, and choose a new book. I have learned to stay away from the novels because most of them are literary fiction, and I found that I just don't get on as well with the type of novels they have. But I love their nonfiction and cookbook selections, and I grabbed a nonfiction this time. Normally, I check it out and see whether it's hardback, paperback, all of that jazz. And I thought I had, and thought this was going to be a paperback, but look, it's a hardback and it's gorgeous. This is Women in Science, 50 Fearless Pioneers Who Changed the World, written and illustrated by Rachel Ignatowski. Right there. See it? There's a beautiful glare because there's a lot of this silver leafing. The back has that same bright design on black. The end papers are gorgeous. And the interior is done completely illustrated in this style in different bright, beautiful colors. And I'm really looking forward to getting further into this. I've already read the introduction, which starts out with an amazing line. It says, "Nothing says trouble like a woman in pants." Love it. And I can't wait to review it for you guys. It will probably be coming pretty soon. So look forward to that. So you might notice the different backdrop. This is my bed, but this is a different wall, my new wall. I'm in my new house. Um, I will make a different video detailing the hilarity that was trying to get moved into my house. But for now, suffice it to say that I'm here and that I've got at least half of my house unpacked and put into place. So that makes me happy. My daughter's entire bedroom is set up, so that makes me really happy. She fell asleep in her bed for the first time in a long time. She was very pleased with her room, and hopefully it continues to be that way. But for now, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to lay in bed and read for a while and try to get settled down and go to sleep. You know how it is in a new house. There are new sounds, and it's a new neighborhood in a new town, and it's a little weird and frightening and fun and crazy. And my dog had a heat stroke today, and so I'm kind of listening for him and keeping my eye on him because he's 14. And I really, really thought that I was going to lose him, and he's my baby, and it's a big problem, so I keep listening for him too. Hopefully I can get settled down. I'm going to be picking up Game of Thrones. I know I've already read this week's 100 pages, but I don't even care right now. I just want to settle in and read a good bit of story and then pass out. So that's what I'm doing, and I will talk to you guys again in a second. Okay, so it is Friday afternoon. We're about to go to supper, and I will be finishing up my Game of Thrones read for this coming week. This evening, I've got about 30 pages left. I just saw Suicide Squad. I'll be making a video about that soon, so you'll probably know my feelings pretty quickly. I'll give you a hint. You should go see it. Anyway, we're going to go eat and then I'll read, and I will start a new vlog tomorrow. This is like 15 minutes long, so I'm going to stop it now. If you have thoughts and things because you have actually watched the entire thing, then bless you. Leave me comments down below. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. Talk to you later. Bye.